Hello and welcome to Pardon the Interception, season 35, week 4. Week 4.
Yep. Yeah.
With your hosts, myself, Lee Wood.
Tick Naylor. Got him.
Let's see what happened around the leagues this week. So we'll start off with the burning question from last week's from our super fan. Simon, are you auditioning for Santa's Grotto?
I'm confused.
Confused.com.
I mean, I'm not sure if the question's actually related to anything we said in the podcast. I think it might just be a genuine question.
Oh, I think I know what it is. One sec. I think I know.
Is it because you were playing around with the backgrounds?
I reckon so. I can only get a moustache, but that'll do.
Mustachio.
Well, we mustache to the results. Dealt with the consent it deserved. Let's have a look at the GFL this week. So, Heroes beat the Breakers. A close game. Hulk smashed the Circle.
Always nice to see Aaron lose. Everyone loves that. It's a crowd pleaser.
You beat up on Mr. Sheridan. I know that he's in a rebuild this year.
I was quite surprised, but it seemed like he was doing all right. He's 2-2, or he was 2-1 going into the game. So I was like,
He's not in a nuclear rebuild. He's in a rebuilding season. He's on the backup. So he was actually using it as a test of his team.
Test of his team for the Hawks. Yeah. For the Hawks. At the bottom there. Their first loss for the season.
Coach with no name destroyed Whittingham Jr.
And the Emperor's narrowly lost as well. To the Dodgers.
Yeah, the coach with no name is not good this season.
Game into gridiron where the coach with no name. Looking at my piece of paper, it has our GFL things on. So, should we have a look at the old standings and see how we're doing?
High-tech piece of paper.
Well, the thing is I ran out of space on the paper, so it's actually only got 2 of the league on it. The rest are typed out.
I love it.
So,
I love the battle for the bottom in this league.
Yeah, loads of people trying a nuclear rebuild.
Wildcats with 3 points, Goats with 6 points. Like, you'd think District 12 Gunslingers were like pretty safe with their minus 176 points, but they're not.
It's as if Gary started a trend.
Yeah, trendsetter.
Yeah, Gary, I'm making the playoffs this season, Lion.
Well, from what I understand, Gary is a bit of a trendsetter. So I think he was the person that spotted the Beatles originally.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, whilst Gary was in his middle age, he stumbled into a bar in Liverpool.
Ah, very interesting. I thought he had something to do with the Elgin Marbles.
You see, it's not well known, but Elgin's one of his other names.
I see.
Yeah. So, NFC South 222204. Same in the AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good number of leagues with 3 teams competing, I would say.
Pretty much every single division, right?
How about the AFC Beast?
AFC East.
Yeah, it's got 4 teams competing in it.
Yeah, the AFC South, I'd say maybe 2 teams.
I don't know. I think the Blaze are close enough. Like, don't get me wrong. Next week might change things, but their points for and points against don't really put them in the bracket. But
there's definitely some names at the top of these divisions that we haven't seen at the top for a while, I think.
Yeah, like Rind Wraiths, never seen them top of their division.
Said some, not all.
Had to pick out the one there. That was very
Yeah.
obvious.
I mean, the Hulk not at the bottom is something we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, you don't normally see a District 12 team at the bottom. But
Yeah, Heroes at the top. Thames Valley Terror.
yeah, it feels like
Break the Breakers.
well, this week's a divisional game, right? So things should get
We
cleared
should
up. a fair
definitely,
bit.
yeah, definitely should start looking better. Anything else before we move on to the Atlantic?
Let's have a look at the Atlantic.
One-point win for the Rapiers. Ding dong.
Disgusting.
Sharks beat the Snow Bears in a classic battle of water-based creatures versus cold ice-based creatures. There you go. There's a lot of close games this week in the Atlantic.
Especially in Long Beach. That game was close.
It looks well close. You scored 3 points.
Yeah, it happens occasionally.
Are you and Kendall battling for last place this season?
I think so.
That just happens most seasons because they're both a bit crap.
My
Tease them
game
up
against
and bam,
Kendall's
out of the park.
this week against Kendall's going to be a game. It is going to be a Gary Lyon masterpiece, I think.
It's battle for first win incentive, right?
Might have to watch that
Possibly, actually.
game. There's still a fair few 0-4 teams there.
Yeah.
True.
Let's just move
What
on.
you will
and look at
find
this.
is the CFC East this week now has a team with a 50% record. Okay.
That's happened at some point.
Yeah, I know. So
What's going on, Nick? This is upside down.
I'm slow rolling. Just
Okay.
you wait. This week, I'm gonna blow out the park. My
Well, he won
empty
this week, Lee.
backfield. Yeah.
It's on the up.
Now I only need to go 4-2. Why am I
Anybody
gonna
think we can call the MFC East yet?
It's not looking good for the non-Blues teams up there. I mean, the MFC North isn't much further apart from that.
Because the
Fairness.
MFC is just, bargain bucket.
It's whoever wins the MFC South is looking pretty strong right now.
Yeah.
Outlaws do look good, but it's hard to tell how good they are based on their divisional rivals at the moment. Because they're all sort of rebuilding. So
Yeah, the CFC is looking quite close inside the divisions. I don't know how the CFC East matches up against the rest of the CFC.
pretty badly. We just got smashed by the CFC North like 8-0 or something. So
Okay.
well, which would insinuate that the East. I think the East, every team is rebuilding slightly. Maybe the Sun Devils aren't quite rebuilding, but it feels like the other three are rebuilding.
Yeah.
Not like blow up rebuilds, but like
It also comes down to what stage people are in their rebuilds as well.
we've had like 3 or 4 seasons where Magpies, Islanders, and Scorpions have all had pretty decent teams, and then they've this past off season they've like traded out various bits and pieces. So you'd expect the Sun Devils to come through a little bit, but we'll see over the next couple of weeks.
Let's have a look at the Riveting League. I'm going to make that joke every week until they lose. So I'm making that joke for the rest of my life.
Just wait till next season.
You know what I said, Lee?
I can't remember what you say. Most of what you say, Simon, goes in one ear. I process it for 30 seconds and then completely forget it.
It's all about Gary fucking Stevens.
Oh yeah, Gary fucking Stevens.
He's gonna smash the rivets. We got to wait next week. Week 6.
Week 6. He's key
It's the
gamed
week.
it as well.
It's the week of Gary fucking Stevens.
It's a key game.
Oh.
See? He knows it. He's
And
the
if you
big
look
man.
If you look at Gary Stevens' roster, it's a lot younger than the Rivets.
When, I don't know who you're talking about, Nick.
Sorry, Gary fucking Stevens.
I
You
think
call that a rookie? This is a rookie.
we need to petition R&R for a name change.
I very much doubt you're going to get away with renaming any coach, let alone renaming them Gary fucking Stevens.
Why not?
Unless he changes his name by default to that. Then
Maybe his
then
name's
it might
already
happen.
Danley.
I mean, when I met the guy, it wasn't.
Things may have changed since then, for all you know.
That's why I said when I met the guy, it wasn't. Because he did come over to the live draft many a moon ago.
Ah.
Let's have a look at how the standings are looking in the Big Sky.
You got my main man, Gary?
He is only 3 points behind on differential.
Yeah,
Love it.
good to see the East in this on the left-hand side, just like in the CFC, is also struggling a little bit.
Good to see the Giant Hornets at 4-0.
Buccaneers making a bit of a comeback. Webster Super Weasels are looking very good for their division. Phil Haggis is going to the playoffs as a caretaker coach.
Does look like it, doesn't it?
It's a good start, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
The question there is, would a coach just get airdropped in and like at 601 or something, and then lose out?
Unlikely that they'd airdrop them in unless it was a returning coach. It would be unlikely, I would have thought.
Mhm.
It's not impossible. They used to do it more originally, but I think nowadays, if they're a new coach, they like to drop them in before the season.
Makes sense.
Anything else? We move on to the continent.
No, there's quite a few less teams involved at the moment in the Big Sky. Lots of 2 teams far ahead of the other 2 teams.
It's gonna be fair. I think the playoff race is gonna be quite.
The playoff race is going to be interesting, but it's not really going to take shape for a couple of weeks.
It's already taken shape in the PFC.
Hangers lost in the continent.
He's just like, I love the Continental. Let's get a Continental in it.
I just hate the Big Sky.
He didn't even ask us this time.
He's just like, nah.
I did, and then ignored your answers.
Screw you, Simon and Nick. Try and talk about the fucking riveting league.
No Strom.
No.
Strong watch continues. Strong watch fails.
Hangers losing. And the Bombers lost as well.
Mm.
Thunder Monarchs, Jesus, 107 points.
It's a ding-dong battle.
Someone's defenses took the wrong bus.
Defense is creaking. Westies win again.
Yeah. Wish we could petition R&R to get St. Louis to get this capital T removed.
It's Lewis.
Stop, Louis Spartans.
It's the street Lewis Spartans.
ST Lewis.
It's the state Louis Spartans. It's the John Louis Spartans.
It's the Simon Tong Lewis Spartans.
Ah, Simon Tong. See how that's some big losses here, which I think opens up a number of the number of the divisions.
The RFC East is just wide open.
The Hangers and the Bombers both losing.
Opens up the west of it.
It's looking a lot closer over here. The RFC North is looking close. The Arctic Badgers probably got their division locked up.
Yes, it does look like that's a sense of inevitability that we only see with the Rivets.
The other 4 teams have packed up and gone home, I think.
The other 4?
4 teams, 3 teams. I mean, the Badgers could pack up and go home right now as well, to be fair.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I mean, Jason, you've already locked in. Just play strong.
Don't need to win now.
Yeah.
The symmetry of the RFC West, I do like.
3-1, 3-1, 1-3, 1-3. It's nice. Renegades are looking good again this season as well.
Yes. Come on, Chad. You're possibly the best. You're the best named coach in the Continental, possibly currently in the league.
So good, he named him twice.
I mean, only because we don't have Arno Munch Bunch Crunch back in the game yet.
That was just Simon's team, to be fair.
Arno Crunch. Arno Lunch.
Yeah, it's looking as a league as a whole, it's looking relatively healthy. Obviously, some of the divisions slightly less than others, but that's just normal for the game.
Yeah.
In fairness, like nobody's tanking their season. Everyone's scored points, like a reasonable amount of points as well.
It's nice to see everyone having a go, unlike some idiots in the Atlantic, and the GFL, but especially the Atlantic.
The thing is with that, Simon, I didn't even trade out much in the Atlantic. You just died naturally.
You're not doing it right. Talk to Gary; he'll sort you out.
He was doing it right. He made the bowl, and then he's like, "That's it. I've peaked."
Too soon.
Once you peaked, you got a trough, right? That's the way it works. I'm hoping for a dead cat bounce next season. So anyway, Continental. Anything more before we move on to the Delta?
No, it looks pretty healthy. Be interesting to see how things go next week in the divisional games. Delta. Venom lost.
I was quite pleased with my game, weirdly.
I was very pleased with mine as well, to be honest.
Jets
Only
lost.
losing by 3 points to a last-minute field goal against the Hoff, I thought is actually not a terrible result.
I guess the big game is the Katana's Lone Stars.
That is the big game of the week.
Yep. I like the Sacramento Robber Barons 52, Biloxi Rogues 25. The old 52-25 knocking around there.
Pretty good.
So
the 49ers marching on.
Zeppelin beat the Patriots. 49ers marching on.
What you don't realize is the Zeppelin are the new Rivets. Just nobody's realized it yet.
I think they might crash and burn.
Their roster's a lot younger.
Yeah, and they've not lost a regular season game for
at
least
fair,
14 games.
To be fair, the entirety of the membership of the AARP has a younger average age than the Rivets do.
Brilliant.
Worley losing to the Hayes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm not sure if that's showing that the Hayes are good or Worley are tanking.
Have their special teams slowly died off? Is that what's happened?
Probably. I don't know, actually. To be fair, it's Mad Dog Lee. The Hayes aren't good. Let's be honest. Probably more a statement about Worley.
I mean, the thing is, I
love you, Andrew.
think Mad Dog's 4-0.
I know. That's why. If it look at the teams he's played, though.
Yeah, maybe he's drinking more or drinking less. I don't know what
Like,
way it works.
Week 1 Miners, week 2 Rogues, week 3 Titans.
Okay.
We get to see a stiff challenge for the Haze.
Straker's not returning how he used to.
It's always in the kick return.
Punts, ISO kicks. 33.
It's acceptable, but it's not the 50 yards he was getting before.
37, yeah.
Still starting on halfway line or something. Silly.
Anyway, so that's what the stand-ins look like, and we can revel in a.
Impressively,
How much do you think that Maddox's drink into the fact that he's above the corners in his division?
That's fair. It's got to happen at some point.
Lone Star's well ahead in their division.
I'm taking a book out the CFC East playbook here. I'm winning my division, being 2-2.
It's all about that 5-5, Lee. It's key. Somehow your running back's still not injured, even though he's now over 150 carries.
I put him in for, as I said last week, I put him in one of those Zorbs.
Amazingly, the Copperhead's running back has carried more times than your running back.
And amazingly, Tatlock is not injured.
Yeah. And Kendall wonders why Tatlock always gets injured every season.
155 carries. It's a lot of carries.
How many's Gold got? 100?
151.
151. Okay.
It's 4 behind. But you're 2 yards ahead. So
Yeah. I'm not sure I have a huge amount more to say about this. There's VFC North interesting. VFC East is interesting as well, as is the GFC West, to be honest.
The main thing is go Zeppelin.
Is the GFC West interesting though?
Yes.
The Hoff is just gonna, run away with it. Glenn will, have a shit quarterback till the end of time.
At the moment, it does look like the GFC is Zeppelins, Wyverns, Hornets, Lone Stars, Robber Barons.
And on your bingo cards, if anyone had week 4 was the first week Simon would insult Glenn's quarterback, you now have a square field.
It's looking pretty locked up in the old GFC.
Yeah.
Early on.
Anyway, should we move on to the Empire and take a look?
Yeah.
And I have exciting news about the Empire. I found that Postman Pat still exists.
It's moved on.
Yeah. I wish I could remember which bloody team he was traded to.
The Buccaneers.
Thank you. So I'm going to find the Buccaneers, who don't exist in this division, Simon. You bastard. Oh, dear. R-cubed one, which is nice.
It was quite a good one. It's the Tigers if you're on the correct
That's
team.
the one, the Tigers. Should we see if Pat delivered the goods this week?
Well, we know he didn't because they lost.
His numbers look
He lost to Falco and
terrible.
shit.
7 sacks and 3 interceptions.
Shane Falco came out of retirement as a replacement player. He's never been the same since he choked in the Sugar Bowl.
Let's have a...
You've lost me.
Have I never shown you the replacements with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman?
You probably have.
Yeah.
I probably wasn't listening.
In fairness, Pat has not had a bad season so far.
No.
So
That's it. He was traded to the Skogmeister General.
I'll tell you who. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
If you go to the Jaguars Kings game at the top there. So the guy on the losing team has rushed for 372 yards.
Yeah. That is because the quarterback on the winning team passed for 535.
It's not often you see a running back averaging over 10 yards per carry and losing.
Yeah.
Like losing considerably as well. That is that's massive. Those two players were the two top performers of the week. Bridgewater running back and Eldridge quarterback. But impressive performance from Bridgewater though.
Eldridge likes to drop his trousers, just so you know.
Huh?
He shows you the Eldritch Moon.
R cubed one, which is always good.
Oh dear. I mean, only Magic players are going to know what it even means.
And even then, it's a very niche Magic joke as well.
My favorite thing is when I make a really bad joke and someone's just like, oh dear. Love it.
Oh dear.
That's what I'm aiming for.
So the high hunters are riding high again.
Yeah, on the back of Legend.
The legend that was Pat.
Legend has it that Jacksonville are riding high. It's not the best running back in the league, that's Bridgewater. But you know. Still good numbers.
Has he got over his trouble?
No, because they lost.
We're just going to let Simon amuse himself for a couple of minutes. Otherwise, we'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Most of the leagues are looking as close as we usually expect the Empire to be.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got an absolute tanker in the PFC East.
PFC East. Tad Hastings.
He's giving Gary a run for his money. Go on, Tad.
0 points. Nice.
It's Lion-esque.
Yeah. It's still looking close in most divisions though. The old PFC North looks tough.
Mm.
But it's on 2 and 2 at bottom with a positive points difference as well. It's pretty open PFC South. 3 teams still in it. I don't know whether they're let's look at the fixtures this week. Wranglers at Russians this week. That should be a good one. Be interesting to see which one of them comes out on top. Jacksonville are playing Claymore this week.
Oh, interesting.
Tigers are playing Jaguars this week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, next week's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Red Bull are not playing the Griffins this week.
Are they playing Sam?
They are indeed. First, we got District 12 against the Gamblers. I mean, any combination in that division is going to be a good one. Kings against Texans. Bounty against Knights.
We're going to learn a lot next week.
Yeah, a lot of big games. Monarchs against Boise.
Boise!
So a lot of top twos playing each other. So we should see these divisions form a little bit more next week.
Definitely going to be an interesting week in the Empire, and probably make our playoff maths even harder to do.
Playoff maths never work on the Empire. We always get to last week and don't know, anything could happen.
We're better off with a playoff Ouija board.
Yeah.
Anything else before we bring this to a close?
Looks like an exciting week ahead, though. First,
It's a good number of leagues where we're going to learn a lot in week 5, which is where we want to be. I know some of the divisions are already locked up, it looks like, but things still possibly can change.
yeah, I mean we've got 3 weeks of divisional games, so good times.
Yeah. Hey, with that, it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.